So you've been invited to be a guest on a podcast. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know to be prepared for your recording. So let's dive in. Most of the time, recording sessions are done remotely. This is similar to a Zoom call, and it allows you to connect from your computer or a mobile device from anywhere in the world. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing let's talk about is the equipment that you're going to need. The first and arguably most important thing is headphones or earbuds of some kind. It's really important that you have some way to listen back to hear the other people on the call and on the recording. And so it's important that you have headphones or earbuds at the very least. The most important thing is that you do not use your computer speakers or another external speaker, because that audio is then going to pick back up into your microphone and create some audio bleed. The next thing is microphone. It's ideal to have an external microphone. USB microphones are very affordable, like this one. There are several others like the Samson Q2U, which is this one here. And they're great because you can simply just plug them into your computer and it allows you to select that device. And that's going to get you the highest quality recording possible. If you do have to use your external microphone from your computer or from your mobile device, we can work with that, but it's not ideal. So if you do have a USB microphone or any type of microphone, it's ideal that we use that if at all possible. Some USB mics, I will note, have an on-off switch. So make sure you have your mic plugged in and turned on. The next thing we're going to talk about real quickly is just microphone position. It's important that you have your microphone about 3 to 4 inches away from your mouth, and you want it to be pointed directly at your mouth. You can angle it up or down or sideways at a 45-degree angle. That's totally fine. That does help with some of the pops and plosives and other things. But the main thing is that you're close to your microphone, that you're not across the room, you're not 6 feet away from it, or it's not going to pick it up well. Again, that's part of the reason why if you're using your computer mic, it's not ideal, because it's not going to be at the ideal distance from the source, which is your voice. Also, if you have earbuds or some other type of device with built-in mic, that can totally work fine as well and will be better than your computer microphone in most cases, because it's positioned closer typically to your mouth or to your voice. So feel free to use Apple earbuds. Again, it's going to be better than your computer microphone and computer speakers if you have to use that. But ideally, if you have a USB mic, this Samson mic is a great mic. It's $70 and you can get it at a lot of different places. I recommend Sweetwater. Great place. The next thing is your computer. It's ideal that you're going to use updated computer, updated device. Google Chrome browser is the one that works the best. I've used a few other browsers that will work well. It really depends on the remote recording platform. In our case, we're going to be using Riverside. And it also does work on Microsoft Edge. They do have a mobile app that you can download to use via your phone, which can work as well. The next thing is your camera. It's ideal if we're recording video that you have a camera. And so you can use the built-in camera on your computer or your webcam if needed. Another great option is the continuity camera. If you're using a Mac device, you can use that with your iPhone, which is what I'm using right now. So you can actually select your iPhone camera, which is typically much higher quality than your computer camera, as your camera source. It's also important that you have good lighting. So I have a big window right over here, and that's giving me a great light source to come in. So it's just really important that you have good lighting, ideally a decent background of some time, not cluttered. Don't set up right in front of your unmade bed or something like that. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is the environment. So it's important that you have a quiet room if possible. A couple tips. Number one, turn off all notifications on your computer, silence your phone. Text notifications, email notifications coming through will create unnecessary noise. Also, go ahead and just close down all unnecessary browsers, applications on your computer. The recording is going to require some bandwidth and some CPU power, and we want to allow it to perform at the best performance possible. And then that last tip before we dive into the actual remote recording platform and a quick walkthrough is join 5 minutes early or so if at all possible. And it's a good idea just to make sure maybe that your internet speed is good. Maybe your kids aren't, or someone else isn't streaming or doing some other high bandwidth usage on your network at the time, if at all possible. And the other thing I'll say is just let anyone in or around you, if you're not in a quiet place, know that you're recording. So just let them know so you don't have, someone interrupting in the middle of the recording. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in now. In the invite you received for the remote recording session, click on the Riverside link to join the studio. Go ahead and enter your name and select if you're using headphones or not. If you're not using headphones, make sure you do click I'm not using headphones, as this will help prevent some echo and feedback. And then click Request Camera Permissions. You'll need to grant access to your camera and microphone from your browser, so make sure you do that. From here, you can select the camera you'd like to use, your microphone. If you are using an audio interface and have your microphone plugged into that, like the Rodecaster Pro, you can select that as your input device here. And then select your output device as well. Again, I have my headphones plugged into my USB mic, which allows me to monitor my voice. So I'm going to select that. But if you had it plugged directly into your computer, you could select it as the actual headphones as the output source here. And then we're going to click Join Studio. Once you get into the studio, you're going to see yourself and you're going to have a couple different things here. So here's your mic. Again, you can select or change your input source. You can also mute yourself and unmute. Here's your camera. You can turn that on and off here. And then you can change your output or speaker device here. In the sidebar, you can also see your level. You do want to notice that if you get closer to the mic, it's going to get louder. And if you get further away, as we talked about a fist distance away, or about 3 to 4 inches is kind of ideal. You can also change all the devices here. And that's pretty much it. Once you've confirmed that your upload is complete, you can leave the recording, and that's pretty much it.